And we've got a new batch of player movements in the PVL, including a massive haul by the Galleries Tower High-Risers.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litton-Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves, let it! Puts it off. Unbelievable! Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one! Bakuna's rejecting Estebo for the
January 12th, Monday. Let's start off the show in the NBA as a marquee matchup between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs lives up to the hype, guys. Let's go to the highlights right now. The two teams exchanging big shots down the stretch. But Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, had the last say. Take a look at this. Ant-Man against the Alien, ISO one-on-one. Goes straight to the hole there using the glass with Julius Randle setting up the help and the screen. And look at the two big dogs from Mini. Woo! The lead with 16 seconds to go. Spurs then missed 3 chances to steal the win. In Mini, Wemby, Cornette, and De'Aaron Fox all gave it a shot, but came up empty. Wolves take the victory here at home, 104-103. Ant-Man's final bucket capped off the team's late comeback after they trailed by 14 entering the fourth quarter. Edwards finishing with a team-high 23 points. Wemby got his first start since returning from a hyper-extended knee. He had 29 points in a losing effort. The Wolves are fourth in the West with 26 wins and 14 losses. Spurs, meanwhile, second with 27 victories and 12 setbacks.
Julius came alive in the fourth quarter and changed the game for us, and you already know 2 words. You know what he gonna do for us every time. Shout out that boy, 2 words, man.
Let me ask you this, Julius Randle in that fourth quarter, the physicality that he had on Wembanyama kind of changed the momentum. What did you see from that defensive effort?
We tell him all the time, every day, like, bro, whenever you choose to guard, you can be one of the best defenders in the NBA. And he took the challenge in the fourth. We put him on Wemby, and he did a great job.
And that's right. Tell us about your attack on the basket at the end when Wemby's on you. And I know you live for those moments, but what were you thinking?
I told TJ when it was like 3 minutes left, I said if they let us get in striking distance, I'm gonna close it out. And that's what I did.
This is an important win for a lot of reasons, but just overall, what does this one say about your squad, Ant?
We wanted to, hold the fort down for Finchy. He was out, he was sick, so we wanted to hold it down. So big shout out to Micah for coming through with the dub.
Another wild NBA game, this time between the Toronto Raptors and the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's go to the final moments of the fourth quarter. Raps down 2 with 5 seconds to go. Colin Murray-Boyle is finding Jamal Shead inside for the game-tying short stab to force overtime. The back-and-forth affair continued in the extra period, but a Scotty Barnes clutch free throw put the Raps back on top with 0.8 of a second left. Barnes intentionally missed the second freebie, and as time expired, T-Dot got the victory 116-115. Barnes was stellar the entire game. He tallied 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. Tyrese Maxey tried to carry the Sixers with a game-high 38 markers and a losing cause. The Raptors climbed to 24 wins and 16 losses, while the Sixers settled for 21 dubs against 16 setbacks.
Resilience. We fought, we battled, we stayed calm, composed. Looked at the bench to see if they wanted it. I didn't know if they really wanted it, but I was just like, forget it. Shut off quick. We got it out. We won the game. Let's go, baby.
We like to talk about the next man up mentality with this team all the time. You had big performances from Shed, Elijah Martin with nearly 30 minutes.
God.
Can you talk a little bit about the contributions from them?
Just coming in the game, bringing energy every single time. Elijah Martin in the past 2 or 3 games that he's been here, he's been amazing. He's been awesome coming off the bench, giving that spark, playing defense, being aggressive. We won't win this game without him.
And tomorrow you have a chance to win this season series over Philly. When you think about how important it is in this early stage in these competitive games with teams right behind you in the standings, what do you need to do to get that done?
I'm sure the big fella probably be playing tomorrow, so you know we got to contain him, do our best job without fouling him. Just got to go after it.
Well, as for the league-leading Oklahoma City Thunder, they put away the Miami Heat. The game was close in the first half, but the reigning champs unloaded their signature third-quarter run and eventually ran away with the win here, 124 to 112. The OKC defense going to work, forcing Miami to commit 23 costly turnovers, and the Thunder ended up scoring 39 points off of those errors. The Heat also scored 7 points below their average of 119.6 markers per game. As usual, reigning MVP, that man right there, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, stood out for OKC, the reigning NBA Finals MVP and regular season MVP, finishing with 29 points, 5 boards, and 8 assists. Andrew Wiggins tried to counter for Miami with his 23 markers, but to no avail. Thunder now with 3 straight wins, improving their NBA best record, 33-7. The Heat, meanwhile, with their 3rd straight loss, fall to a 20-19 win loss slate.
When I'm out there, I'm so in the moment. I don't think about makes and misses. Just how I feel out there, how the team, how the game's going, the flow of the game, like what kind of stuff we're getting offensively and what we're making them take defensively. That's all that's on my mind.
It seemed like there was a level of maybe like good controlled chaos that you guys created in the second half on both ends of the floor and just got them rushing and behind the play. What did you sense was the difference in the second half?
Yeah, we got back defensively, and like really made them score over top of us. I think like that was the thing in the first half. They were just like faster than us in all their actions. Like that, we were behind the ball, but like once we got back, got set, and made them play through us, we were pretty good.
7 more NBA games on tap today.
Here are the results. Paolo Banchero and Desmond Bain lead the way in the Orlando Magic's 128-118 win over the New Orleans Pelicans. The Memphis Grizzlies go on a late rally to steal the win from the Brooklyn Nets 103-98. Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks end the Portland Trailblazers 5-game winning streak with a 123-114 beating.
Meanwhile, the injury-ravaged Denver Nuggets still find a way to beat the Milwaukee Bucks 108-104. And on to the right of your screens, the Phoenix Suns cruise to a 112-93 victory over the Washington Wizards. The Atlanta Hawks ride Luke Kennard's hot shooting en route to a 124-111 victory over the Golden State Warriors. And lastly, the Sacramento Kings finally catch a break here and end their 7-game losing skid with a 111-98 upset of the Houston Rockets. Coming up, the TNT Tropang 5G are 1 win away from heading back to the PBA Finals, while Barangay Ginebra and the San Miguel Birnen are back to square one. Updates on the PBA Philippine Cup semis when play-by-play returns only here on One News. Welcome back to Play-by-Play only here on One News. From the NBA, let's head to the PBA now as the TNT Tropang 5G just one win away from returning and going back to the PBA Philippine Cup Finals. TNT has taken a commanding 3-1 series lead over the Meralco Bolts after a blowout in Game 4, 102-83. TNT head coach Chot Reyes credits the team's defense, which held Meralco to a 36.6% shooting clip. Reyes also points out how the Tropang 5G were able to control the glass. They out-rebounded the Bolts 57-43. Meralco did play without Chris Newsom due to injury, but TNT also lost their own star in R.R. Pugoy a minute into the game due to a hamstring issue. Usual starter Kelly Williams also came off the bench and played limited minutes due to an illness. Boy Aaron stepped up big in his place, putting up 27 points, including 21 in the first half to go along with 9 boards and 3 blocks, all in just 25 minutes of action. Aram averaged just 8 minutes in the first 3 games of the semis. Here's Coach Chot talking about Aram's performance and other keys to the win.
There's no secret that we got a break because Chris Newsom didn't play. But the same thing happened to us. We also lost Roger in the first quarter. So that kind of evened it out. And that became our focus. Roger scored, 30 points the last game? And so I said, without a Roger, the only way we're going to win this game is with our defense. And I think that's what we did. We prevented Meralco from scoring, getting to their offensive rhythm, number 1. And number 2, we controlled the boards. The reason why Calvin and Jordan weren't getting their touches was because they did a great job denying. But when they do that, then it opens up the inside. And that's why Poy did a great job capitalizing on that. If they want to stay home on Jordan and Calvin to limit their touches, that's going to open up the inside for guys like Poy, Brandon, Henry Galinato. And that's just something that we took a closer look at.
Meantime, Scotty Thompson with a performance for the ages as Barangay Ginebra San Miguel ties its semi-series with the San Miguel Beermen at 2 games apiece. Thompson dropped a career-high 35 points to go with 11 rebounds and 11 assists in Ginebra's Game 4 victory 105-91. Thompson is the first local PBA player since Ronnie Magsanok in 1990 to put up a 30-point triple-double. Ginebra head coach Tim Cohn called it a legendary performance. He also praised Scotty's aggressiveness on both ends, which gave his teammates more open looks. Cohn likewise pointed out the team's 34 assists, crediting his players for sharing the ball.
I didn't even know that Scotty was putting that kind of numbers up. You know, we're just trying to figure out a way to win. It was a quiet triple-double in my mind. I don't know, maybe the fans knew it was going on, but I didn't know it was going on. He was really just all over the court, and, you know, we moved the ball so much better today, made their defense work. We had 30-plus assists tonight, and when we can make 30-plus assists, that's when we're really at our best. It was a legendary performance. I think we're going to remember this one for a long time. And Scotty is the most humble guy you'll ever meet. The more he was able to open up lanes for him to make passes as well.
We fought hard, no? We battled every quarter. So luckily, I think just a good night for me. Yung rhythm namin as a team, yun yung pinaka-important, and I think especially on defensive end. Credit din sa mga teammates ko. I think overall we lift up each other, we help each other. We stay together throughout ups and downs.
Moving on to tennis, Alex Ayala moves up the world ranking again just a couple of days after her semi-final campaign at the ASB Classic in New Zealand. It's a new career high for the Filipino tennis sensation, who is now the world number 49 in the WTA rankings. That's a 4-spot improvement from her rank last week and 1 higher than her previous career mark. Ayala won 3 singles matches in the ASB Classic before bowing to Wang Xinyu and 3 grueling sets in the semifinals. Ayala will head to Melbourne, Australia next for the Huyong Classic. slated from January 13 to 15. That's her second warm-up tournament ahead of her main draw debut in the Australian Open.
Keeping this set alive.
In volleyball, the race to sign marquee players from the Petrogas Angels is on after the team announced its own leave of absence from the PVL. Petrogas says all its players, including those with active contracts, are now free to sign with any PVL team. But the organization made it clear that it is not stepping away from volleyball development. The team confirmed it will recommend its players, coaches, and staff to other clubs, including the Nextled Chameleons. Petrogas and Nextled were initially in talks to form a joint venture, but the PVL reportedly rejected this proposal, which ultimately led to Petrogas's LOA. Leading the new batch of free agents are, of course, PVL MVP Brooke Van Sickle and two-time MVP MJ Phillips. Standouts such as Myla Pablo and setter Jules Solentino are also up for grabs. Petrogas is the second team to leave the PVL this offseason following the Cherry Tigo crossovers. The Angels have won the second most titles in the league with 4, 2 of which came last year in the All-Filipino and Reinforced Conferences.
Well, one of the big names from Petrogas has already found a new team. Veteran spiker Isa Puntillas headlines the Galleries Tower High Risers' massive off-season haul. Puntillas has been a legend ever since her UAAP days with UST. Nang's expected to bring her leadership and scoring prowess to the rebuilding Galleries Tower squad. The High Risers have also announced the acquisition of 9 more new players, including Erica Raagas and Cams Victoria, both coming over from Akari, as well as Laika Ebon, who is coming off an impressive stint with Nextled. The High Risers also signed Juju Angeles, Bilav Barbon, Shola Alvarez, Erica Deloria, Sharia Ancheta, and Dali Versosa. They will join returning Galleries Tower players Julia Coronel, Winnie Betania, Rosel Baliton, and Jean Assis. Galleries Tower hopes to bounce back this year after going winless in last year's PVL on tour and Reinforced Conference.
The Akari Chargers have also tweaked their lineup ahead of the 2026 PVL All-Filipino Conference. The Chargers added depth to their roster after signing Zach Carandang, Judith Abel, and Jean Soreño. Carandang and Soreño were both from the now disbanded Cherry Tigo crossovers. Abel comes from the Signal Super Spikers. Akari enters the All-Filipino Conference with momentum, having reached the podium 3 times over the past 2 seasons. This includes a runner-up finish in the 2024 Reinforced Conference and back-to-back third-place finishes last year. Coming up, a record-shattering start in UAAP girls basketball. The NU Nazareth School Lady Bullpups opened season 88 by making history against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. The details and more when play-by-play returns here on One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. A historic podium finish for the Philippine men's lacrosse team. They scored a silver medal from the 2026 Asia-Pacific Men's Lacrosse Championship. The Philippines bowed to Australia in the final 13-3. Jaden Basalatan led the Philippines with 1 goal and 2 assists. The silver caps off a memorable run for the country, which swept the elimination round to reach the final. It's the country's first ever podium finish in the tournament. It also gives the country a spot in the 2027 Men's Lacrosse World Championship in Japan. Congratulations to the Philippine men's lacrosse team.
People messaging me, this is what they want, this is what they're looking for, the highlight reel, all NBA. Basta NBA talaga, daming highlights. Let's start with the Pelicans against the Magic. How about Jordan Poole getting the ball here? Jonathan Isaac thought he had it, but the left one there. He's a right-handed shooter, by the way, guys, beating the shot clock too. Woo! Poole being fancy and creative with the left hitting that 3, beating the shot clock. Poole finishing with 21 points coming off the bench, but the Pels lose to the Magic in Orlando, 128-118. Next clip, let's go. Rockets versus Kings. Can I get an amen? How about amen? Going all the way, sprinting and slamming. Woo! Take a look at that play again, going all straight to the hole for the rack attack. Have mercy, amen. Thompson, 31 points, 13 boards, but the Rockets fall to the Kings on the road, 111-98. But get this, reports say the Rockets had to drive from San Francisco to Sacramento and had no hotels when they got there. Okay, next play, Sixers against the Raps. Scotty Barnes, take a look at this. Woo! Cuffing it, then going all the way, destroying the interior defense of the Sixers. Scotty, have mercy. Wow, take a look at that slam from Barnes, who had 31.7 boards, 8 assists. He also hit the game-winning free throw in OT to secure the win at home. Raptors playing solid lately. Next, same game. This is the play that got it to overtime. Raps big man, Colin Murray-Boyle, strides inside. Woo! With 1.9 seconds left, clutch there. Jamal Sheed, take a look. The drive by Bulls, and then finding the big man with the look inside to Shed there. And then the IQ by Shed, knowing there isn't any time left, 3 seconds left. Bato na lang natin. And over Adambona there too. Murray Boyles, 17 points, 15 rebounds, and that's one of his 3 assists. Shed, by the way, chipping in 22 markers 6 times. The Raptors squeaked past the Sixers in OT, 116-115. What a game. And speaking of what a game, how about the Spurs and the Timberwolves? Showdown between Ant-Man and the Alien, 2 future faces of the league. Ant-Man using that Randall screen off the glass, avoiding and eluding the 7'5" Victor Wembanyama. Take a look at that clutch play from Anthony Edwards. Take that. Wow, Edwards, 23 points. He leads the Wolves past the Spurs, 104-103. Happy Monday.
And before we go, a record-breaking start for NU Nazareth School in UAAP girls basketball. The Lady Bullpups opened their UAAP Season 88 campaign with a statement, blasting the Ateneo Blue Eagles 155-29. You heard that right, 155-29. The 126-point rout marks the largest winning margin in UAAP history across all divisions. This surpasses the previous record set by UST last season, also against Ateneo. NU Nazareth dominated from the opening tip, racing to a 37-4 first quarter lead and carrying an 80-10 advantage into halftime. Inday Sales led a balanced attack that saw 10 Lady Bullpups score in double figures. Sales finished with 19 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds.
55 to 29. What a score. Can't do the math there. Hindi ko alam, kailangan ko i-subtract pa kung ilan yung lead yung panalo nila. But that's all from us tonight on a Monday, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Filipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litoncala. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Happy Monday. Good night.